Yeah, the site of the crash is literally across the 10 freeway from the Morongo, from where the casino is up in the hills. Conditions yesterday were good visibility with small brush fires, 6 aircraft on the air, a little bit of wind like in this area. NTSB just arrived this afternoon, and here's what they're saying.
Our purpose during the on-scene investigation is to gather perishable information. Information that will not exist once the wreckage has been disturbed. Our plan is to document the wreckage before relocating into a secure facility in Arizona.
There are angels in the sky.
Mourning the loss of 3 of those angels who died while fighting a brush fire in Cabazon. Their Observer Bell helicopter crashing after a mid-air collision with a larger Sikorsky water-dropping helicopter. The Sikorsky landed safely, but the Bell exploded into flames, killing 3 aboard.
Positive contact with 37 Sierra. They're set down on the west side of Cabazon. No injuries to 37 Sierra, the second helicopter.
We have lost 3 great individuals, 3 fathers, 3 husbands, 3 friends.
A contract pilot, his name was Tony Shusa.
Also on board, Division Chief Joshua Bischoff, 24 years on the force, fighting enormous blazes like the 2018 Camp Fire, which destroyed Paradise,
Helicopters
California.
collided mid-air while battling a brush fire, and all 3 crew members on one of the helicopters
aboard
were killed.
one of the helicopters dead.
Copy mid-air collision between 37 Sierra and 5 Alpha Sierra. Request for 2 additional helicopters.
CAL FIRE says crews were battling a small brush fire Sunday just outside Palm Springs when their sky crane, a helicopter used to drop water and fire retardant, and a second helicopter that hovers above to observe and coordinate operations
About a mile
collided.
From the Morongo Casino on the other side of the 10 freeway. CAL FIRE was out here battling a 20-acre brush fire that had started earlier and had spread from a structure fire. CAL FIRE brought in the helicopters to assist in putting out that fire, and it was just before 7:30, still daylight, that these 2 helicopters collided mid-air. The one that went down was flying here to observe. 2 people on board the second helicopter, it was a water-dropping helicopter, landed safely, and the 2 people on board that aircraft were not injured.
The Port of Seattle with an urgent message for all air travelers this summer.
No one should touch you while you are traveling.
The warning comes as the FBI reports what it's calling an alarming spike in cases of sexual abuse on commercial aircraft. What Port of Seattle Commissioner Toshiko Hasegawa calls brazen and perverted acts.
Sexual assault is a crime everywhere. It's a crime where you came from, wherever you're going, and it's a crime here at SCA.
According to the FBI, agents nationwide investigated 27 cases of sexual misconduct in the air.
We continue to follow breaking news this noon on the Upper West Side, where there is an MTA bus crash with reports of injuries. The scene is at Amsterdam Avenue and West 82nd Street, and CBS 2's Doug Williams has just arrived there. And Doug, what can you tell us?
Well, Mary, I can tell you that there are 5 ambulances now, as you see FDNY paramedics behind me. The bus itself, we're told it collided into a truck. You can only see in terms of damage, broken glass on the front of that M11 MTA bus. We have seen since we arrived, which was just about 2 or 3 minutes ago, a couple passengers get off the bus. One little girl was actually holding a cat as paramedics went in. And Al, as we scoot down just a little bit here, I'm talking to our cameraman. There are still passengers inside that bus. I'm not sure if they're injured or awaiting paramedics to come in and remove them.
Also breaking this hour, a boat accident on Long Island South Shore. Chopper 2 flying over Bayshore. CBS 2's Dan Rice, what do we know?
Well, Cindy, what you're looking at here is West Fire Island, a remote island here in the great South Bay. And what you're looking at here on the northeast corner of the island is a house. If you look at the deck, you're going to see a boat that is impaled into that deck. Now, the circumstances around this crash, unknown at this time, but that boat, a great distance out of the water and into that deck. From what we understand, there are injuries. Unclear if there was anybody in the house at the time of the crash.
And Dana Marie got off the phone with CAL FIRE again. again, they're saying that as of overnight, they're not looking at any structures that have been damaged. They are going to do, again, another check through, try to see what the reports are, but it does appear that none of the homes in this area were actually damaged here by this fire, so that is a bit of good news. Now, as for the stats that we last have them from the last update, they did say that another update would be coming at 7 a.m. We are up to 20% containment, and we have about 184 acres that have burned here in this area, in and around Ramona. We know, of course, that evacuation orders have been lifted, and the roads that were closed, like San Vicente Road, have since reopened. Now, when evacuations were in place, they were being taken to the Olive Pierce Middle School. So some folks may still see some traffic around there.
Started as a small grass fire, spread to an apartment complex in Austin last night.
Some of the worst damage behind me in building number 10, where all 24 units were destroyed. Many people still displaced, with the Red Cross stepping in to help out. Let's take a look at the damage to the complex. 2 other buildings had structural damage. Those are 11 and 12. Some buildings remain without power. The fire starting last night started as a grass fire, jumped into the trees, and then started heading towards the apartment. Multiple agencies helping Cedar Park Fire. Dozers were brought in to contain the fire. 2 first responders suffered minor injuries. Originally, when the fire started, the entire complex was evacuated, as well as local businesses.
An astounding discovery while searching for a missing woman in Florida, but the find has nothing to do with her. The missing persons investigation took officers to a lake near the airport. The dive team didn't find a body, but they did find 32 cars. Police say that the cars are all makes and models, and most are old. At least one came back as stolen.
Most likely the type of vehicles that we're going to find here.
Well, one person, everybody is dead, and 2 others hurt after a crash at a Mission Hills car into a customer dealership. And 2 employees. That customer, identified as a 56-year-old woman, was dragged about 20 feet.
Bystanders jumped into action, performed CPR, and then our firefighter paramedics took over and transported to a local trauma center in grave condition. Tragically, we've determined now that that individual has been pronounced dead.
The 2 injured employees were taken to the hospital with lacerations and also head trauma. The driver did not appear to be injured. It is unclear, though, if she had been detained.
And now a new video from the streets of Lahaina. The town is closed. No one except authorities is allowed in.
This area will never be the same. I took a boat with Maui firefighters out to Lahaina on Wednesday to survey the devastation. There I met Brian Sizemore, who gave me this video. He took this video Tuesday night around 7 p.m. It shows the horror on Front Street, Lahaina Harbor up in flames.
Still get dead bodies in the water floating and on the seawall. They've been sitting there since last night. We've been pulling people out since last night, trying to save people's lives. And I feel like we're not getting the help we need, you know? Oh my God.
You can see the emotion on born and raised Lahaina resident Kekua Lansford's face and feel his pain. I saw the bodies as well.
This is a nationwide issue at this point. Yeah, we need help, a lot of help. We gotta get people down here. We need funds allocated for fixing our home. We are out here working.
He took me to his home that has burned
The wildfires disaster continues to unfold on Maui this morning.
Here's what we know at this hour.
At least 36 people have died, according to Maui officials. 271 structures, homes, and businesses have been destroyed. There are no new evacuations. 3 wildfires continue to burn, and there have been flare-ups. Maui County has asked for more firefighters from Honolulu. Search and recovery efforts continue this morning. Still no power in West Maui. No phone or cell service either. All public schools in Maui remain closed today and tomorrow, with the exception of Hana School.
I'm on the website right here called globalincidentmap.com. Again, globalincidentmap.com. You can see the United States, truly the West, is full of massive fires, including continuing fires up into Canada that actually hit to the Gulf of Alaska, as well as up by the United Kingdom, London, Paris, Milan, over to the right of this map. in Madrid, and etc. Even fires in the northern part of Africa. Remember, folks, that in the last days, understand this, in the last days there will become times of difficulty for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unpeaceable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not having love, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure, than lovers of God, the appearance of godliness, but avoiding the power. Avoid such people. And remember, there are scoffers in the Hi, and welcome to Times and Signs. Revelation 1:3, blessed he that readeth, and they that keep the words of this prophecy, keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. For the time that Jesus began to preach and say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Matthew 4:17. Romans 13:12, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. 1 Peter 4:7, but the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch under prayer. Please subscribe to our channel. Look at the links below in this video in the description box. Are you saved by Yeshua Jesus?
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.